Alright guys, so let's talk about the looping statements, the iterative statements in Java, right? One of the core concepts you as a developer use every single day in programming is loops, guys. So I'll just put it in the same package, a new class, and then I'll just name it looping fun, for example. I'll have the main method as well, and then hit finish. By the way, I'm just putting all of these classes in our first project that is called starter, right? Java starter, right? Makes sense. So there are 4 or 5 loops in the language now. Java has evolved quite at a fast pace, and originally there were just 3 loops. What you found in other languages like C and C++, that is the for loop, the while, and the do while. Let's quickly have a look at them, and let's then talk about the advanced loops that were introduced in Java. So starting with the for loop, you can have it like this, right? And yes, that's the syntax. The first, the declaration part and initialization part, then the semicolon, then the conditional part, and then the increment or the decrement, guys, and then the statement or statements which you want to be repeated, right? That is the syntax, guys. And following this syntax, if I want to print a series from 1 to 20, I'll just do it like this. I'll say int value, initialize it to 1, right? I'll say value is less than or equal to 20, because that is how long I want it to go, and then value plus plus, right? And then I, let's say, want to repeat this statement, and I want to print value, the increasing value of value, the variable, 20 times. I would just say value, hit save and run. This should just do it for you. See, on different lines from 1 to 20. That is how the loop ran. And let's say you wanted to print the name for your classmate, for example, or for your friend. You'll just put it in the println 20 times. You want to do it, and like this, you'll say, for example, Ravi, right? You'll hit save and run. Off you go, guys, 20 times. Let's say you want to print the reverse series here. I'll say 22. This time the condition would be greater than or equal to 1, right? You'll hit save and run this. See, but this is an infinite loop in Java, guys. Why is that? Because I'm just incrementing. I had to do the decrement. Otherwise, this loop would run until the end of times, and you do not want to do that. I'll save and run this. Now, Ravi, 20 times for you guys. And let's say you wanted to print alternate numbers, for example, from 20 to 100 alternatively. So you'll say less than or equal to 100 again, and value plus plus, and then you will print it out. That is the variable value. Okay, save and run this. See, just prints in sequence, but I wanted it to print alternatively, so I'll use the composite operator plus equal to 2, right? This should just do it for me. Yeah, 20 and then 22, alternatively 24, leaves the number 25, then 26, 28, until 98 and 100 for you. Obviously simple stuff here with the for loop, right? So now there's another loop in the language, and that is the while loop. The syntax of a while loop is different than a for loop. It is like this. That is just the condition, and then the statement or the statements you want to repeat. So the increment and the initialization part is considered to be done outside and inside the loop, right? So sometimes you as a developer would prefer using the while loop, and at other times you'll prefer using the for loop, right? Functionality wise, they are the same, but the syntax varies. So if you were to do the same thing with the while loop, you would have done something like this. I'll say, or with a while loop, right? So I'll say int var initialize it to 20 if you want to do the same thing here, and then I'll say while var is less than or equal to 100, and then I'll say please print out var for me, and then increment it with 2. All right, sometimes for better readability you'll prefer using a while loop, guys. I'll run this, and here you go, the same result here, but I'll just comment this and do it through a while loop. See, the same result. And we have yet another loop in the language, that is a do while, and it has a different syntax with while and for, but it varies in functionality as well, and that is It is quite a significant point, that is, irrespective of whether the loop condition is true or false, a do-while loop runs at least once. So repeat after me, please. Irrespective of the condition being true or false, a do-while loop runs at least once, because the syntax is made up like that. So we'll say do. See, if I have a variable and I want to do the same thing, so I'll say or with a do-while. So I'm having a var set to 20, for example, and inside the do I want to print it out, to say var, and then I'll say the same thing, do the same thing, plus equal to 2, and then with a while I would say while var is less than or equal to 100, right? And you have to put in the semicolon. Be careful here. So that is the syntax of a do while loop, and it would do the same thing. See, I'll save and run this. Yeah, 20 to 100 alternatively. But as I said, a do while loop runs at least once. So for example, if the condition was like this, see, var is greater than 100. So you know, var starts with 20, it goes into do directly. That is where the do while loop differs from a while and a for, because it does not check the condition first, it checks the condition at last. And what you get is 20 on screen, then var becomes 22, and you're checking for 22. 20 was not even checked, right? In the case of a while and for, this would have printed nothing. But in the case of a do while, this would run at least once, because as I said, irrespective of the condition being true or false, a do while loop by its nature runs at least once. See, so for menu driven programs, generally you prefer using a do while loop, guys. So that is the 3 basic loops in the language that we have in Java. But as I said, in addition to these traditional loops, we have some advanced loops as well. We'll have a look at them in subsequent sessions. I'll see you in the next video, guys.